Good morning, YouTube world. It's finally fit at 40. I am at my 8-month weigh-in and I have lost 103 pounds. I've recently been very excited about doing some exercising, which I was kind of not really into. For about a month now, I've been getting up about 6 o'clock every morning. Naturally, I haven't even had to wake myself up. Just been waking up, just getting ready to go do my either fast walk or walk jog. Anywhere from 5 to 8 miles a day. So that's been really exciting. I've been gaining muscle. I actually even gained a little bit of water in my muscle, I guess, water weight. So I'm doing really well. I still have about 40 pounds that I'd like to go, but I've gone from a size 24, which again was a tight 24, and I'm now down to a 12. So I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to go into a 10. But that's kind of my update as far as my weight, and the primary reason that I'd like to do this video is because one of my big passions is cruising. I love to go on cruises. I can't even tell you how many I've been on. I think this year alone, and this is June, I think we've already been on 4, going on my 5th one in 2 days. And I cruised before my surgery as well. So it's not a whole lot different, but there are things that tips that I'd like to give you. The first thing is, depending on what stage you are at, post-gastric bypass or sleeve or whatever your surgery is, there's always food to eat on the cruise. Of course, it's always up to you to choose the better foods for you based on what you can eat. But I usually tend to stick to the fruits and cheeses, salad bar, and the cut meats. Those are always things that aren't going to contain a lot of hidden calories that I don't know about. So I do that, and buffets are really good. And then also you can always talk to the crew managers, the food managers, or the maitre d' to see if you can get special stuff created. Chances are, if you've seen something on a buffet, it's like cottage cheese. It's not always on the buffet, but if it is ever on a buffet, then they can always give you something on the side. So make sure that you develop a relationship with the managers over the whole food service and see if they can't get you some things that are a little bit more special to what your needs are. The other thing is making sure that you know your size portions. And the best thing that the tool that I've used is just to memorize what an ounce of, say, cottage cheese or yogurt looks like when you spoon it out. Like I know a big heaping teaspoon of yogurt is 1 ounce. I mean, I can visually see that. So it may not be exactly, it might be 1.1, but it gives you a really good idea to make sure you're getting your protein in. Now, normally when I go on cruises, I'm not traveling outside of the country to get on a cruise. This time I am, so I've made a couple modifications. Normally I would bring a case of water. I would actually go to our big supply store, buy a case of water, and have that check it in like luggage, and put a luggage tag on it, and they'll deliver it to your room. Except Carnival will not do that. You have to actually carry it on. Don't do that, Carnival. But what we're doing in this time, because we're going to be traveling over to Spain, we'll be in Spain for a total of 4 days, and we're doing a 7-day Mediterranean cruise. So the first thing that you want to make sure you do is get a water bottle. This just happens to be the Brita water bottle, and it has the filter inside of it, so that no matter where you're at, you can get water that's going to be filtered. And I'm also bringing another little container. It's a really good sealed container to be able to store extra water in. I do like to have my water cold, so I can always filter it, pour it in here, and keep it in the refrigerator on the cruise or when I carry it out on excursions. The other thing is making sure that you have enough protein shakes. I've actually do more protein shakes now, because right now I'm supposed to be getting 110 grams of protein in a day, and that's a lot of protein to be able to get in with only, and my goal is for 110 grams of protein, only 64 carbohydrates. It's really hard to get in a lot of protein without just doing some good shakes. So the first thing I've done is I have packed 2 shakes per day. So I have 24 shakes in here that I'm going to be bringing, and especially going on excursions, because we're going to be gone. Some of our excursions are over 12 hours, or I'm sorry, over 10 hours long. So I want to make sure that I have enough protein to be able to eat. The other thing that's really important is that you make sure you bring your vitamins. I still use the Twin Labs bariatric support chewables. I found that they work just fine. My blood results came back and they were just fine. So I use these. They're nice chewable instead of swallowed. Since I can't bring my liquid vitamin D, I have also the Twin Labs D dots. So I can still get my vitamin D, which has really come up. It's higher than it's ever been, I believe. Actually, I know. And then my B12, which is usually 1 per week. I did bring up to 2 per week just in case I need them. And my least favorite is my iron. I don't do a lot of iron. My iron seems to be pretty good. So if I can choke one down once a week, I do my chewable iron. On my plane, I actually have a couple of these. These are from a failed shake diet, the MetaFast. I failed at that. But anyways, I still liked the containers and they work really well. I have 2 of these, and this is really for the plane rides. I have the shake inside of it, and it's, in its pouch. So I have 2 of these that I'll be bringing on the planes. And then of course, I can also use these to do shakes on my excursions too. So I'll be bringing these. These will be part of my backpack, probably my whole trip. You also want to bring dish soap. This is in a little travel safe dish soap. I have been doing this for a very long time because I have been on a lot of shake type diets and I do travel quite a bit. So I have my dish soap ready to scrub. The other thing that I've recently found, I always have used a blender to blend my shakes. I've really fallen in love with making smoothies. I do like a half a banana, maybe quarter cup of blueberries and a vanilla shake, or I'll do a half a banana and a chocolate shake if I'm going to be doing a smoothie. And I have discovered the Cuisinart blender. It is a stick blender, and it works so much better than my little single serve blender. I mean, it does it so fast, and it purees it. Those blueberries just it immediately turns blue. My little single serve doesn't do quite the same thing, and it detaches. And it also comes with a little cup, which, I'm just packing it in a Ziploc, and it's going to be part of my carry-on just because my luggage is already 50 pounds and they can't exceed 50 pounds. But I'm going to carry this and I'm going to put it in a Ziploc, and that's going to be what I bring to blend my shakes. And I can always get my fruit from the either room service or on the buffet line. So I can go pick up my fruit and go back to my room and blend up a smoothie for myself if I need to. So that's pretty much it for the food part of it, for bringing it, making sure that I can eat well. I'm trying to think of anything else that's are good tips. Something that my dietitian said is important is that if you take 2 of both of your thumbs, unless you have really enormous thumbs, she said the size of 2 of your thumbs is about a tablespoon. So that's another kind of measurement. They always say that your palm is 3 ounces, but everyone's palm's different. So it's important for you to be able to eyeball based on your having been weighing your food. It's a good idea for you to eyeball what you have in front of you to make sure you eat the right thing. I think on the first cruise that I went on, there was one night where I was served a big plate, and it's probably more like this big, of food, and I didn't have the perception of what I was eating, so I overate, and I have still never gotten sick on anything that I've eaten. I haven't overeaten that much, but I think I was really uncomfortable for about 30 or 40 minutes that my food was like stuck here. It just wouldn't go down. Of course it finally did, but what I did from then on is, and this was again earlier on in my gastric bypass when I was only eating maybe 3 or 4 ounces of food, I would take the bread plate, move food off onto the bread plate and eat off the bread plate, because then I could visually see how much it was that I was eating, which was really important. Now I'm probably up to about 8 ounces of food, and I feel really comfortable. I'm at a 1,200 calorie goal per day. Again, it's 110 protein, 64 grams of carbs, and it was something like 60 grams of fat, which I'm trying to increase my fat. I had not been eating enough fat. So I was having problems, sometimes going to the restroom. It wasn't a daily occurrence like it should have been. But now that's all on track, and like I said, I've been exercising quite a bit, so I'm very excited about the weight loss and the muscle mass that I've been gaining. I think that's it. If you guys have any comments of things that work for you as far as cruising, I would love to hear them. There's always tips and tricks that other people come across that I may not know about. As far as exercising, that's one thing that I really like to do on a cruise. I don't go to their gym because like this boat that we're going on now is like the 3rd largest ship in the world, and it is, The last cruise that I went on, it wasn't a huge ship. It was a pretty, it was a larger ship, but it wasn't a huge ship. But I remember one morning to get my 10,000 steps in, I went to every single floor, walked around where the cabins are, would step up to the next floor, go up the stairs, go around another floor, keep doing that. And by the time you're at 12 floors, you have like 10,000 steps and you have, I forget how many flights of stairs. So you can really get a lot of cardio even on the inside of the ship, just walking around. It'll get you going. I still use my Fitbit. I don't know if I have mentioned that before in my recordings, but Fitbit.com. It communicates to your MyFitnessPal to update your calories that you have worked off, and they have a really cool new dashboard that I really like to use. It kind of motivates me to make sure I get my 10,000 steps in, or at least my 5 miles a day. Weekends I usually get anywhere from 15 to 20,000 steps in, but during the week with work and everything, maybe I usually do at least 5 miles a day. So that's an update from Finally to Fit at 40. I hope all of you guys are doing well in your journey, and I hope to record within the next couple months. Talk to you soon. Bye.